Hi, and welcome to today's video. In this horoscope, we are talking about Jupiter retrograde and Jupiter retrograde ending in the sign of Cancer. And so, Jupiter in astrology represents expression, expansion, blessings, and is where Jupiter sits in your chart. The house that it sits is the place in your life where you can find ease, abundance, and growth. This is a good planet to focus on in life. When Jupiter is retrograding, this is a period where you're having to reassess the investments that you're making into this area. Maybe it feels like you invested a lot of energy, right? And this is just a time where you're having to see things a little bit more carefully. You're having to look back over the details and you're having to maybe like to decide how you want to continue to invest in that area. This retrograde is coming to a close, which means that it is a ripe opportunity to continue investing and you can use what you have previously learned over the last, I think, 6 months to your advantage. And so this is a ripe opportunity for the taking. And we're going to go through each of the zodiac signs in this video. They will be linked in the description. And so if you click in the description, you'll see like Aries, Pisces, and you can skip to your place in the video. Watch for your sun or your rising sign. If you don't know your rising sign, then just watch for your zodiac sign, whatever your zodiac sign is. Also in the description, you will see a link to a website where you can book personal readings if you want an astrology reading. That is how you get them. It gives you like time slots. I usually have it set to where it's like you have to book a month in advance or like 2 weeks in advance because like I gotta schedule it with my work schedule. You know what I mean? And so there are multiple different times in multiple different days. And you book a one-on-one Zoom call with me where we go over your entire birth chart and what is happening right now in your life for you, what is changing, what is going on in as specific a detail as I can get into. And so those readings are only $25. $25 is a pretty good for an astrology reading. And so if you've ever tried to get an astrology reading, I mean, that's a pretty good price. And so if you want a Zoom consultation, they are live and recorded, so like you can watch it forever. It'll be about your birth chart mostly. That's mostly what we talk about. And during the reading, you can ask as many questions as you would like. I feel like that's really important because it makes it like a conversation. Like we can have a conversation about your chart, and it allows me to make sure that you're understanding what I'm saying. Because sometimes, I mean, I can ramble, I can talk, and it's like you may not get all of the details because like maybe I talk too fast. You know what I mean? And so I like doing them live. It's a lot of fun. I get to meet a lot of people and I feel like I learn a lot from doing them. So if you would like an astrology reading, book them at the link in my bio below. But let's get started. We're starting with Aries. So for Aries, Jupiter has been retrograde in your fourth house, and this is the house of the past. This is the house of home and family. And so over the past 6 months, you could have been changing the way that you've been investing in your home and your family with your resources. And you could have just been thinking about the past. And I feel like now is a time where you're able to move forward past the past. This is happening at a trine aspect to the planet Mars, and so there is action that is taken, and this action is really about following your intuition. You could be also really facing a fear, I feel like is a big vibe at this time for Aries, and that's good energy, right? It could be difficult, it could be something that is overwhelming, is kind of the energy as well. And I just feel like you're able to expand, you're able to push past a fear, a boundary, or something to grow in life at this time. Aries. And over until the middle of summer, like the middle of summer is when it changes to a much more easier energy, if I'm honest, for Aries. But right now, I feel like you're just pushing past some sort of fear, some sort of barrier, and you're enabling something to happen. So Taurus, for Tauruses, Jupiter is right now retrograding through your third house and moving forward soon in your third house. And this is a time where the words that you use are very, very important. And I feel like this is a time where you're able to use your words very, very wisely. Maybe you felt a little bit tongue-tied recently, or maybe you felt like the words you're using, like the what you're saying to people, the way you're communicating, has not gotten you a result that you want. And this is a time where I feel like you can make changes in the relationships around you. It's like you know what to say, you know how to pinpoint exactly what it is that you want to change. And this is a time to speak up, is what I would say for Tauruses. For Geminis, you have Mars in your, let me make sure, your 10th house. And so this is a time of action in your career, and this is a time where you can expand your resources. Maybe over the past 6 months, you've been like unsure of exactly what move to make with your finances, or you've been unsure of how to grow the money that you have, or you've been unsure of where to invest in. And I feel like now is a time where it's like you're realizing maybe a good investment strategy, or you're deciding like what it is that you want to invest in, Gemini. So, Cancers. You have Mars in your ninth house, trine Jupiter in your second house. No, first house. I'm sorry, first house. And so right now is a time where in your life you are expanding. There is opportunity for you to grow your appearance, to change your luck in essence. This is a time where you feel like if you felt unlucky, this could be a lucky turn of events in any area of life really. And this is a time to really move forward into the experiences that you want. And so right now I want you to like do exercises that help you to think about like what experiences do I want and how can I get there? In life, we have to manifest what it is that we want, right? And this is a prime time for you to make manifestation happen. And that is really important, especially for Cancer risings, but also Cancer suns. This is an ample opportunity for you to really, your actions, what you want, will expand. And so your desires at this time have the opportunity to expand in ways that you maybe haven't thought of in the past. So, Leo, the past 12 months could have been a slightly lonely time, if I'm honest. This could have been a time where it's like you're very, very introspective. Maybe you feel like your mind is expanding, you're spending time growing, and you're spending time just looking inward at what it is about you that you want to change. Jupiter, where in the 12th house, I'm sorry, the 12th house, where Jupiter is sitting, is all about the subconscious mind. And so this is a time for you to transcend reality and to just maybe recognize patterns that haven't been working. This summer, though, Jupiter will move into Leo, and this is a time where you're able to really use these conclusions, use this introspective energy in your life in an effective way. So whatever that means for you, this could be a time where you're changing your appearance, you're changing your attitude. This could be a time where you're just more enthusiastic about life. And I feel like Jupiter in Leo is abundant energy. This is exciting energy. This is very fiery energy. Right now, it is at a trine to Mars in your eighth house, and so you could be experiencing harsh transformations right now that are helping you to prepare you for the summer. I feel like it's a hot girl summer for Leos. It's a good summer for Leos. Right now is just about like getting there. It's about like doing the work, whatever that means. It could be even like working out. That's kind of the vibe because I'm saying hot girl summer. But like it's an introspective time that enables you to do more later, like not even that far later, like soon in life. So, Virgo, you have Jupiter right now in your 11th house, and the 11th house is considered the house of blessings and is the joy of Venus. The past 6 months, you could have felt like these blessings are a little bit on pause, is kind of the energy, or you're not exactly sure how to express yourself to others, or maybe it's a time where you've been learning about your expression towards others, and I feel like you're coming to a conclusion that will help you better understand the way that you want to invest your energy into the world around you and how you want to expand your persona in the world around you. So for Virgos, I would say now is a time to really to be out in front of people, to be presenting yourself well. And I feel like appearances matter under this transit is kind of the vibe. Like think about like a product, right? A product has to have good packaging. A product has to have there's many aspects to a good product. And this is just a time for Virgos where I feel like attention to detail and expression are both very, very key qualities. That's a Virgo quality if I've ever heard one, right? Attention to detail. But I just feel like this is a time where you want to be expressing yourself, but you want to be expressing yourself really, really well. And so this is a time to really to I watched on Instagram the other day this thing where it was talking about, you know how they always say like consistency has different levels, right? But if there's not like a minimum requirement, right, then you're showing up for nothing is kind of the vibe. And so this is a time where you don't really want to show up for nothing. You want to show up as your best, as your highest self, and that is what's going to really expand your opportunities. That is what's going to grow you in life, is making sure that you're on the level you want to be at and that you're presenting yourself really, really well. I wouldn't be saying this if I didn't think you had the tools to make it happen, Virgo. And so that is why like I'm trying to like labor the point just a little bit. But it is a time to present your best version of yourself to the people around you. So, Libra, right now you have Jupiter in your 10th house, and this is a time where your achievements have the opportunity to reward you. Right now is about expression and it's about deciding what opportunities do you want to go after. It's really a time I feel like to throw a lot of things at the wall to decide like what it is that works for you, what it is that feels good to you. With Jupiter at a trine to Mars in your sixth house, you are developing a routine that enables you to do more at this time. And this is a time of action. This is a time not to overthink it, is what I would say for Libras. This is a time of action and expansion in your career, but you have to be like working for it. You have to be putting the energy in, you have to be putting the work in. And I would say keep a creative spin. I know that sounds like not what I was just saying, but like this is a time to work in creative manners, to work on expression and to really bring joy with you into the things that you're doing, to find joy in the things that you are doing. Scorpio, so right now you have Jupiter retrograde ending in your ninth house, which is the house of spirituality, philosophy, beliefs, and higher education. Right now is a really a good time for experiences, whatever that means for you. That could be traveling, that could be learning from events that are going on in your life. I feel like right now, like you're like a sponge is really the key. That's the key to right now for Scorpios is to be like a sponge to absorb, to take in all the information, and to realize what it is that's making you happy, what it is that is fueling you, giving you energy, giving you enthusiasm to continue in life. This is happening at a trine to Mars in your fifth house, which means that you could be acting upon creative ideas, or Mars in the fifth house is really about romance. And so I would also say right now is a really good time to be like romanticizing different aspects of life. And it is a good time to feel good. And so chase the experiences that really feel good for you, Scorpio. Sagittarius, so right now, Jupiter retrograde is ending in your eighth house, and this is a time where you get to choose in your life what is changing. I feel like Jupiter is your ruling planet, and so this is a significant time for you. The eighth house represents transformation, right? And I just feel like you're kind of in the driver's seat under this energy. You get to really decide like what areas of my life do I want to change? What areas of my life do I want to grow? Who do I want to invest in? How do I want to invest in these people? What do I want to invest in? I feel like the key is not to think short term under this transit and is really to look at the broader horizon and to think big really is the best. Jupiter represents big things. It represents growth. It represents expression, and it represents like big change. And so this is a time not to think small for Sagittarius. I feel like that is the most important message is like it could seem like it's difficult or it's not even that it's difficult. It could just could you could be tempted to say, well, like let's change the small things. Let's do that. Let's just soft openings, right? This could be a time where you're thinking about soft openings, not a time for soft openings. This is a time for the deal, the big deal, to make change, to disrupt the energy, to shake the world is kind of the vibe. And so just be a little bit grandiose. You're a Sagittarius. Be grandiose. This is a good time to be grandiose for Sagittariuses. So, Capricorns, right now you have Jupiter in your seventh house, and this is a time to be expressive in your relationships and your one on one dealings, the people that you talk with face to face. Right now is a time to express what you're feeling to others. Mars is in your third house, and so there could be problems in your daily life. There could be people in your immediate environment that are bothering you, that are not being honest. It's not even that they're not being honest. They're just causing problems. They're causing mayhem. They're causing drama, right? And now I feel like is an exceptional time to confront them. Now is an exceptional time to express your side of the story and be heard well. So, Aquarius, right now is an exceptional time for the work that you are doing to reward you. And so, Aquarius, I would say right now, work hard, and I feel like you'll see amazing results. Or you like, I'm hearing the song like you're gonna have a strange twist of fate. And I feel like that is the key. Like, you may not be exactly sure of what the outcome will be at this time, but I feel like hard work will be exceptionally rewarded, or there will be greater outcomes than expected from hard work at this time for Aquarius. Pisces, so over the last 2.5 years, you have had Saturn in your sign, and I'm not going to stop talking about it, so just get used to me saying that. But I mean, it's going to take me a little while to stop talking about it, but that's an extremely important transit. And right now, Jupiter is in your fifth house. The planet of expression is in the house of expression. And so this is a time where you are able to freely express yourself. And the only thing standing in your way right now is you. And so I feel like this is a time of infinite potential for Pisces, and it's just important to dream big and it doesn't have to be all public, you know what I mean? Expression can be a very personal thing, you know what I mean? Drawing, for example, is a very personal thing. And I feel like right now is the time to really be artsy, to do them hobbies, pick them hobbies back up. You may have a little bit more free time under this transit, or you just may be able to like play is kind of the vibe. And so this is a good time for Pisces to really enjoy things in their life and to see the beauty in the world around them.